Lots of Fantastic Four news this week. Some rumors, some casting news, some villain news. But first, we'll start with Silver Surfer reportedly won't appear in Fantastic Four, but Galactus may have a different Herald. Despite rumors that Silver Surfer will be introduced in Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four reboot, we're now hearing that the Sentinel of the Spaceways won't feature in the movie after all. Despite rumors to the contrary, we're now hearing that the upcoming Fantastic Four reboot will not feature the MCU debut of the Silver Surfer after all, though there are still plans in place for the character and Galactus. We'll have at least one other Herald in the movie. According to the scooper, can we get some toast? A Silver Surfer project is currently being developed, but it will either be a feature or a Disney Plus series, not a special presentation as previously reported. Ooh.
Interesting.
I would be on board for a Disney Plus series. We get his origin, his middle, and his up to like him maybe breaking with Galactus and not being Herald anymore, and then launch into whatever, right?
Ooh, that'd be saucy. But like,
My Time to Shine Hello. These are such fun names. My Time to Shine Hello then weighed in, suggesting that Terrax will serve as the Herald of Galactus, although there are whispers that the all-powerful Devourer of Worlds may have more than one servant to do his bidding. In the comics, Terrax the Tamer was originally a Berjan tyrant named Tyros, who ultimately ended up turning on his master in an attempt to claim Earth as his own by manipulating the Fantastic Four to attack their old enemy. These are still just rumors for the time being, but Mila Kunis, who was said to be in contention to play Sue Storm, recently indicated that at least one character has been cast, so we may get an official announcement about the movie. There was also a rumor going around that she was being cast as the Thing, which seems like I feel like that's a little plot misdirection there.
I think so. Yeah,
I don't think they would cast her as the Thing. Like I think from previous rumors we've seen that they're looking to cast a Jewish actor for Ben Grimm. Mm-hmm. But I've had this is the first rumors we've ever heard of gender swapping the Thing.
Yeah. Did they gender swap the Thing in the comics?
To my knowledge, no.
Because I don't remember
the new Fantastic Four definitely is not. The new series definitely does not have a gender swap to the Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the Josh Trank one, the Thing was a short little Scottish guy.
Yeah, a little baby. Jamie Bell, little baby. Who's a great
actor. I think he's
actor,
Scottish. Is he British or Scottish?
I think he's British. I can't remember off the top of my head. All I know is that most of that cast was completely underutilized. Josh Trank was too busy putting poop on the wall.
There is a first appearance of Terrax. You can find it in Fantastic Four 211, which right now is going for a high of $60 in raw copy on eBay. Came out in October 1979. First appearance of Terrax the Tamer, a herald who travels through the cosmos at the head of the meteor shower, seeking planets for Galactus to devour. The second appearance is 211. And then the Marvel Point number 1, which also includes the first appearance of Nova Sam Alexander Nova, also includes the death of Terrax the Tamer.
Well, there you go.
So those are your key issues for Terrax. I have seen some YouTubers specking on this particular issue in Terrax.
Yeah.
So maybe they've now hit the jackpot and can retire.
Okay.
Continuing with Fantastic Four news, Harley Quinn has been offered the role of Sue Storm. Fantastic Four Margot Robbie has reportedly been offered Sue Storm, Invisible Woman by Marvel Studios. If Marvel Studios can pull this off, then the cast of Fantastic Four will be among the best ensembles they've ever assembled for an MCU movie. According to scooper Daniel Rickman, the Suicide Squad and Barbie star Margot Robbie has been offered the role of Sue Storm, Invisible Woman in the Matt Jackman's upcoming reboot. There's nothing to say she'll accept, of course, but trusted leaker My Time to Shine Hello has corroborated this report. The actress, perhaps best known as playing Harley Quinn in the DCEU, would be a phenomenal addition to this shared world and relaunched Fantastic Four franchise. The Academy Award nominee definitely has the talent to do Sue justice on screen, though we'll be more than a little surprised if Robbie is willing to sign up for what would be a multi-year, multi-project commitment. This is a dream casting pick in many ways, though we can't help but feel it's too good to be true. As things stand, Marvel Studios has made no official announcement of Fantastic Four's cast. However, if rumors are to be believed, the cast currently consists of Adam Driver as Mr. Fantastic, Margot Robbie as Invisible Woman, Paul Mescal as the Human Torch, and Antonio Banderas as Galactus. So we don't have a thing in there, but I think I just read Paul Mescal can't do it. I think he took something else, and the scheduling is conflicting. Also, no one's ever heard of Paul Mescal, although he was in a very good movie called After the Sun or After Sun.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Something like that. It was an India art house film. Apparently he's very good in. I think he was nominated as well, was he not? Or maybe a Golden Globe?
Yeah, something like that.
What do we think of Margot Robbie being cast as Invisible Woman? You say no.
I don't like it. Okay.
Pourquoi?
Okay. I don't enjoy that we can't expand from one actress to another. I understand she's very popular right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But she was Harley Quinn. She is Harley Quinn. What am I saying was? As far as we're concerned, she still is Harley Quinn, because I'm pretty sure that Gunn said that she was continuing. Did someone not say that she was going to continue as Harley Quinn? I'm pretty sure. So let's assume that she's still Harley Quinn. Now she's going to be Sue Storm, a huge, obviously you can agree, a huge part of
commitment.
The Marvel MCU, the possible, the whole thing.
Yeah.
She's not going to be in 2 movies. She's going to be in 4 or 5 fucking movies.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think this is an overshot. Way too much. I don't know if Marvel's trying to try to grasp on any someone popular they can still get before the wave of shit hits the fan and everything starts happening, but I don't know, man. But this is not, I don't think this is a good choice. She may again, she could act the hell out of it. That's great, but just because she's done and been in so many things, if she ends up playing Sue Storm, I'm just the first time she comes on screen, I'm gonna look right at her and go, what is Harley Quinn doing in a uniform? You know what I mean? I'm gonna be like, what? I don't know. So
I can see the criticism that before Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out, which is tomorrow, and it's from all reports pretty good.
Oh my god.
That Marvel has been taking some criticism lately for at least 2 years, not having a high standard for their product.
Right.
Could this be them trying to knock it out of the park with casting news? So they're hoping the caliber of actor raises the quality over the writing. Clearly Adam Driver was the best thing about the Star Wars post trilogy, and he raised the bar every time he was on screen. The rest of the cast had a problem, especially with writing.
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley did fine on her own.
She did what she could.
So I could definitely see the criticism of Marvel with not taking unknown actors and putting them in the role for Fantastic Four is their number one family, right? That's one of the most things they're known for besides X-Men and Spider-Man. And I assume they want to get it right with casting, but I also am worried that if they want the Fantastic Four, this iteration, to last more than 10 years, they need to go with younger actors across the board.
I agree. Unless they're going to do something like a switch up.
Yeah, Adam Driver is late 30s. Margot Robbie is probably, mid 30s? So they would have to at least be playing,
we can't guess their age. No.
This is my guess, but they're going to be in Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, their own movie. They're going to get at least 1 sequel, if not 2.
I said, what did I say? 5 movies? Minimum of 5 movies.
Yeah, so that's at least 10 years. they'll be in their mid 40s to late 40s.
Yeah.
Are they gonna want to play those characters for that long?
Oh my god.
What? Is Margot Robbie like 25 and I got it totally wrong?
She was born. Oh my god. She was born in 1990.
So she's 33.
33 years old.
I was close. I thought she was mid 30s, 35.
That's crazy, dude.
So she'll be 45 by the time they're probably done that run with current iteration. Adam Driver will be close to 50.
The age is there, but like it's just like, again, man, like fuck. Like, can we just pick someone else that wasn't just a huge, like, a huge character in another franchise? It was like when, and it was okay, but it wasn't great, when they picked Robert Downey Jr. to be Sherlock Holmes. He did an okay Sherlock Holmes.
After being Iron Man.
Yeah, but it wasn't amazing. Jude Law's Watson was great. I thought his Watson was pretty decent. So, like everything really melded well together enough to make those movies enjoyable.
I suppose Star Wars did that part right in they relatively cast, like, Adam Driver wasn't Adam Driver before Force Awakens. Like, he was in things, but he wasn't.
Right.
And same with like no one knew Daisy Ridley. John Boyega was in that Attack on the Block, which was great, but that was like a cult a cult hit. It wasn't huge either. Yeah. But they brought in good actors.
They picked them all right.
Who weren't
correctly.
Yeah, who weren't well known, who didn't bring you out of the movie. Like, oh, I understand people were upset about Jack Black and Lizzo being in that Mando episode, and that brought them out of the episode for that. I didn't know who Lizzo was, so it didn't matter to me. Jack Black I like, so it was fine. And I honestly don't mind actors who are fans of that show to be in it. Like, who would turn that down? Hey, listen, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm famous, but I'm not going to be in it because that would ruin the experience for the fans if they recognized me. I don't screw that. Yeah, I don't know. I understand Marvel wants to have quality acting, Academy Award quality acting as the first family, but it cuts both ways. Maybe they're too famous to be that character. They have too much other going on. Like, who knew Chris Hemsworth before Thor? Who like Paul Rudd was a comedy guy. He's Ant-Man. Chris Evans wasn't a star either before Captain America.
I'm trying to think of like even what he was in, but sorry, I was just too busy looking at Adam Driver.
He was in Scott Pilgrim. Like,
yeah, like Adam Driver, like before Force Awakens, which was 2015, by the way. Like, I keep thinking we're in like you know what I mean? Like the early 2000s. It's like, dude, time is flying by. Yeah. So before 2015, just fucked, because in 2 years that's gonna be 10 fucking years ago, which is insane. Before that, he was in This Is Where I Leave You, While We Were Young, Hungry Hearts, Tracks, Inside Llewyn Davis, which I know movie.
I know that movie.
He was already in that.
Oscar Isaacs.
Blue Bird, which I kind of remember as well. He was good. He was in Lincoln.
Oh yeah, he was Lincoln's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gets pretty sparse as you go down the list into the old.
Well, yeah, he was in the army before that, so he wasn't a child actor.
Right. So he's not, of course. So, it's things like that. And yeah, I would agree Chris Evans as well. Like, before he was Captain America, it was a small amount of things that he was famous for. But then, now he's...
Yeah, I feel like they probably need to get back to casting, not unknown, but like...
I would agree.
Actors who have a good solid base of acting they think can pull off the job, who aren't famous, and build them up as stars.
Yes, and the Paul Mescal rumor or whatever casting that he was going to do Human Torch.
Yeah.
I was probably good with that.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never heard of this guy. That's great.
Yeah, and also because I only remember him in one thing, and I'm trying to remember what it was, and I just was looking quickly, and he was in that movie God's Creatures or whatever.
Okay.
And I remember seeing a scene from that or whatever, and he was in it. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
And then when I looked, at his IMDb, which I am doing right now,
Yeah.
we both agreed that it was these these indie art movies
Yeah.
that had a lot of pull are now getting obviously recognized by these studios. They were getting recognized way long ago for actors. I meant
Yeah.
for superheroes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, yeah.
regarding Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
And now I think if anything, the studios are becoming more and more aware of this for general blockbusters that they know that they have. Because as I'm looking at this, dude, one of the main reasons why he's probably not going to go and be in Fantastic Four is because he's been hired to do Gladiator 2.
Who else did I just see got signed on to that?
He's going to be
Pedro
in
Pascal.
Gladiator 2.
Pedro Pascal signed on to Gladiator 2 as well.
Yeah. So it's just like, So if they can go about both a way of trying to hire actors and actresses that they know are moldable and can do a very good job while still remaining at their selves, I guess, or whatever, they're some type of acting staple, then they're going to do fine.
There are lots
I hope
of
that's what they do.
Great actors on the stage, like play actors, stage actors. Go to Britain, you'll run into one in the West End. Like it's
absolutely like
just walking down the street. Any British actor here is probably fine.
It's funny too because I feel like all the way up until 2010, and granted, I don't know what the process is, man. I don't know what it is for auditioning and whatever else, but I feel like the transition from finding people in person versus having people like you meet someone online or whatever, like through video, and then they come in and like you meet and do whatever. I think there's a big difference between that and like that weird disconnect of like having some type of relationship already established because you meet this person after their show or after like a Broadway show, and then like you speak to them and then they come in a meeting later and day after or something. I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of lost now. And now, you know what I mean? Now we're getting to the point where, they're casting one of Marvel's most famous families and they're going to pick one of the biggest stars on the planet. Like I would assume that 8 out of 10 people would see a photo of Margot Robbie and go, "Oh yeah, that I don't know who her name is, but
Barbie.
I know her." Exactly.
Thinking of this from the other side, though, is Jonathan Majors was relatively unknown. He was not a star before they cast him as Kang. He was just a great actor that had been in Lovecraft Country and some other things. Mm-hmm. So he wasn't really vetted by the public.
I guess.
Oh no, he made a mistake. Yeah, that also cuts both ways of not casting a famous actor or actress and not really knowing their history either. Mm-hmm. Though we have yet to hear whether that's being recast or I think the court date is coming up this month. Mm-hmm. Marvel's been pretty much silent on the issue. I guess they're just waiting to see, which is fine. Like they are happy to sit it out until the court makes a decision, which is the right call. But
what did I say? 2 weeks? I said we would hear something from them within 2 weeks of this happening, and
that was like 5 weeks ago now.
Yeah. So, and nothing. So I'm definitely very surprised.
Also, not ashamed to say that the Barbie trailer looks fun.
The Barbie trailer does look fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy the way that the direction that they're planning to go in. It seems to be like very off the rails wacky, and I think that's one of the main reasons that they that they decided to do it, so that they needed a good concept that would really drive it home. By the way, Jonathan Majors was in random shit all the way up until
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. He was in White Boy Rick, which was kind of a popular movie.
I saw that movie and I liked it, but I don't remember him being in it.
Yeah, and then Deaf Five Bloods on what was that, Netflix, right?
Oh yes, that was fantastic. That was Spike Lee.
Yeah, that was pretty popular.
Yeah. But I think he was cast as Kang either just before that or just after it, because he was with Chadwick Boseman, right? Yeah. So the Barbie director Greta Gerwig, I've only seen Lady Bird, but Lady Bird was good. So
yeah, Lady Bird was great. Um,
Okay, so that was Fantastic Four news.